A specific numerical value assigned to any matrix. So determinant of a matrix is any specific numerical value assigned to that matrix. For example, if it is say 2, 4, 1 and 7, this matrix A is 2, 4, 1, 7, then determinant, all of you can write like this or you can write like this. It was like cross multiplication, difference of cross multiplication for 2 into 2. So it is 14 minus 4, that is 10. Now for 3 into 3, again you can remember, suppose if it is 3 into 3 matrix, if you want to calculate determinant of this matrix, you have three options: either expand by first row, or expand by second row, or expand by third row, or expand by first column or second column or third column. So for 3 row 3 option, for 3 column 3 option. And the formula was, if you are expanding by first row, this element is A11, this element is A12, this element is A13, and you have to multiply with their corresponding cofactor. A11 into cofactor of A11, A12 corresponding cofactor, and here A13 and A13. Okay, so this was the rule for calculating determinant of 3 into 3 matrix. So determinant was, if you calculate determinant of this matrix, there will be some value of this. Now if this value, for example, if this value is 0, then this matrix will be called singular matrix. If this value is not equal to 0, then this matrix will be non-singular matrix. Same case here also, in 2 into 2 also. Now if determinant equal to 0, we cannot find out inverse, and if determinant not equal to 0, we can find out inverse. Inverse by elementary operation, by using matrix equation, or by using the formula adjoint A upon determinant A. So 3 ways you have learned. Now you have to learn something more about determinants, that is properties of determinants. Okay, so in my next video I will start explaining properties of determinants. First I will explain all the properties one by one, then I will upload one photo of all those properties. So first you will understand all the properties one by one, then you will go through that photo, and you have to memorize also. Okay, here back again. Properties of determinant I want to discuss now. Some properties are there, one by one I have to explain you. Now the first rule is called all zero rule. All zero rule. All zero rule means what? Suppose in a determinant, here one row all elements are 0, other elements whatever it is, A12, A22, A23, A31, A32 and A33. Let me write 0 here. Now this is determinant, this is not matrix. You see between two parallel lines, it is determinant. In this determinant you are seeing first row all the elements are 0. So this determinant will be 0. Okay. Now if this determinant is del, so del will be 0. Same thing if say first column is 0, row elements are okay, row elements are there, first column is 0, second column is not 0, and third column is also not 0. First column is 0. then also it will be 0. It means any row, if rows elements are 0 or any column elements are 0, then the value of determinant will be 0. Okay, any row element, any row or any column, any row or any column, if any row or any column elements are 0, then the value of determinant will be 0. Okay, the next one is what? Next one is triangle rule. Triangle rule is what? You know, if the 3 into 3 determinant, and here it is diagonal, it is determinant of diagonal matrix, means this 1 1 2 2 3 3, here is 0 0, here 0, here 0 0 0. So it is a determinant of diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix, all of you know, only diagonal elements are non-zero, other elements are 0. So in this case also, this rule is applicable for this case, and this rule is applicable for lower triangular matrix, and upper triangular matrix also. So lower triangular matrix and upper triangular matrix. So this is applicable for diagonal matrix or determinant of diagonal matrix. This is applicable for determinant of lower triangular matrix. This rule is also applicable for determinant of upper triangular matrix. And what was lower triangular, what was upper triangular? In the lower triangular, here A11, A22, A33, here element is present, 2 1, here 3 1, here 3 2, these elements are 0. Okay, so this is the principal diagonal. Above principal diagonal, the elements are 0. This is lower triangular determinant, determinant of a lower triangular matrix. And if it is opposite, opposite means here 1 1, here 1 2, here it is 1 3, here is 0, here is 2 2, here is 2 3, here again 0, here 0, and here 3 3. Now you can clearly see below the principal diagonal elements are 0. So this is lower triangular and this one is upper triangular. Okay, left side this one lower triangular, this is upper triangular. From a lower triangular matrix you can get lower triangular determinant, from a upper triangular matrix you can get upper triangular determinant. So this triangle rule is for these three things. So what is that? I will explain in my next video. Okay, I think all of you back again. So I was discussing this one, triangle rule of determinant. So this one diagonal determinant, and this one lower triangular, this is upper triangular. In all three cases, determinant will be equal to product of diagonal element, that is A11, A22 and A33. In all three cases, determinant will be product of diagonal element. Okay, so this is the triangle rule. You may not get these things in the example, but you will obviously get this one in the question. In this type of question, if you want to calculate determinant, directly you multiply them, and this type of questions are asked rarely, but again if this is given, directly you can multiply the diagonal elements to get the value of del. Okay, now the next one, I have to erase the board, wait a minute. Next one is what? Next one, number 3, that is for rule for skew symmetric matrix determinant. Rule for skew symmetric. Skew symmetric matrix determinant. Okay. Now skew symmetric matrix, I am giving one example. Here 2 into 2, if it is first thing you have to know, for writing skew symmetric matrix, it should be 0, diagonal elements always 0, and then here if you are writing -2, here you write +2. Okay. Skew symmetric matrix was A transpose equal to -A. This was the rule for skew symmetric matrix. Okay. Another example, 2 into 2, 0, 0. Here is 3, then here -3. So I am following this rule, AT equal to -A. Now if you want to get determinant of this, determinant you have to write inside parallel line like this. This determinant also you have to write inside parallel line like this, inside mod sign, like mod sign I have used. So this is skew symmetric matrix, this is the determinant of skew symmetric matrix. Same thing here, skew symmetric matrix, determinant of skew symmetric matrix. Here see carefully, the principal diagonal is 0, principal diagonal elements are 0, and opposite two elements you can see, look at them carefully, their value is same but sign is opposite. Same value but opposite sign, 2 and -2. Here also 3 and -3. Okay, so this is the skew symmetric matrix determinant. And for 3 into 3, the 3 into 3 matrix, if it is skew symmetric, first you will write diagonal elements 0. After giving diagonal elements 0, suppose here is 1, then here is -1. If it is 2, then here is -2. If it is 3, then here is -3. So this is skew symmetric matrix following that rule, AT equal to -A. Now if you want to write determinant of this matrix, now you will not use square bracket. Determinant means you have to write inside the parallel line. So here 0, 1, 2, -1, 0, 3, -2, -3 and 0. Again I am trying to separate elements inside principal diagonal. Elements inside principal diagonal all are zeros. Now again you see, this is, here is 0, here is 0, this is 1 and -1, same value but their sign is opposite. Again 2 and -2, sign is opposite, value is same, and here also same thing. Okay, so this is the rule for skew symmetric determinant that you have to remember. The same way, matrix inside the parallel line you have to write, and as the diagonal elements are 0, you can try to find out what is the determinants coming. Okay, for the next rule the next rule will be in next video. Now the last property was skew symmetric determinant. I want to tell you something more about that. Skew symmetric determinant, if it is of odd order means if the determinant is of matrix 1 into 1, or it is of matrix 3 into 3 and so on. In our syllabus last thing is 3 into 3. So 1 into 1 matrix is like, say, skew symmetric, so it is 0 0. Here is 2 and minus 2. Wait, 0 2 minus 2 0. This is 2 into 2 order, okay, not odd order. Now for 1 into 1, say it is 0 only, because it is skew symmetric matrix of odd order only. This is the matrix. This determinant will be written like this, and the value is 0. It is not mod, okay, determinant sign. So skew symmetric matrix of odd order, that is 1 into 1, will be this only. You have to write 1 0 inside square bracket. Determinant of that will be written like this, and the value is 0. In this case, you can find out one specific value. Here this determinant value will not be 0. You look, the determinant value will not be 0. 0 into 0 0, and minus 4. Here the determinant value is 4, not 0. Now this is for 2 into 2, and for 3 into 3 is for skew symmetric matrix. 0, say 1 2, then minus 1 0, say 3, then minus 3, here 1 minus 1 2, say minus 2, here minus 3 0. This is skew symmetric matrix of odd order. Now you try to calculate determinant of this. If you expand by any row or any column, this value will be, if you want to get determinant, I am changing this sign to determinant sign, okay, determinant sign. So this is the determinant of skew symmetric 3 into 3 matrix. So this value, if you expand by first row or second row or third row or by any column, you will get it 0. Okay, so for 3 into 3 order skew symmetric determinant, it is 0. 1 into 1 order skew symmetric determinant, it is 0. 2 into 2 order, that is even order, not odd order, it may not be 0, it is something else. So what you have to remember, for odd order skew symmetric determinant, the value will be 0. Skew symmetric determinant of odd order, again I am telling, skew symmetric determinant of odd order, it is 0 always, okay. So if somebody is asking you a question like here, whatever the determinant is given, like here here is 0 a b minus a 0 c minus b minus c 0. If they are asking what is the value, without expanding you can say it is 0, because the order of this determinant is odd and it is skew symmetric determinant. You can see opposite sign, opposite sign, opposite sign. So this value of the determinant is 0, directly you can write, okay. So skew symmetric matrix of odd order is 0. Now I will tell another thing about this skew symmetric determinants in next video. Okay, so the last part of property of skew symmetric determinant. Suppose you have this rule Aij equal to I square minus j square. If I am following this rule and trying to write a determinant, what type of determinant I am getting, you see, for 2 into 2 I am trying, okay, for 2 into 2. A11 will be 1 square minus 1 square, that is 0. So this is the determinant, this position is A11, so I have got 0 here. Now A12, that is 1 square minus 2 square, that is minus 3. A12 is this position, first row, second column, first row, second column, that is minus 3. Okay, A21, that is 2 square minus 1 square, row square minus column square, so it is 4 minus 1, that is plus 3. So A21, this position, plus 3. Now A22, that is 2 square minus 2 square, that is 0 again. So at this position A22 I am getting 0. What type of determinant is this? It is skew symmetric determinant of even order. Okay, you look 0 0 here, minus 3 plus 3, skew symmetric determinant of even order. Now same thing I will do for 3 into 3. Okay, now for 3 into 3, A11 is A11 I have calculated, that is 0. Then A12 I have calculated minus 3. Now A13, now I will calculate 1 square minus 3 square, that is minus 8. Then A21, second row, first column, 2 square minus 1 square, that is 4 minus 1, that is 3. Okay, then A22, that is 2 square minus 2 square, it is 0. Then A23, 2 square minus 3 square, always row square minus column square. Okay, 4 minus 9, that is 4 minus 9, that is minus 5. A31, that is 3 square minus 1 square, that is 8. A32, 3 square minus 2 square, that is 9 minus 4, that is 5. A33, that is the last element, 3 square minus 3 square, that is 0. Okay, so look, 9 elements I have found out. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Now following these elements I am going to write the determinant. A11 was 0, A12 is minus 3, A13 is minus 8, A21 that is 3, A21 was 3, A22 0, A23 minus 5, A32, that is, sorry, A31 now, A31 is 8, A32 is 5 and A33 is 0. Look here. Okay, I am taking the mobile little bit up. Again you see A11 0, A12 minus 3, A13 minus 8, A21 3, A22 0, A23 minus 5, A31 8, A32 5 and A33 last element is 0. So again I have got one skew symmetric determinant. Now it is of odd order, it is of order 3 into 3. So what does it mean? If I am following this particular formula, then I can write one skew symmetric determinant as well as a skew symmetric matrix. For writing a skew symmetric matrix, you can follow this formula, I square minus j square, and determinant it is coming from matrix only. Okay, I square minus j square. In the next video I will go for the next rule of determinant, that is the fourth rule, and the rule will be reflection rule. Okay, so follow the next video. Again, first rule was I was discussing properties of determinants. First property was all zero rule, second was triangle rule, third was skew symmetric determinant rule, and the fourth one, now I am going to write it here. The fourth one is reflection rule. Reflection rule, not reflection of light. Okay, reflection rule. Now reflection rule is very easy. Suppose you have written a determinant. Determinant is say here A11, A12, A21 and A22. Okay, I have written according to the position of the element. Now if I am doing transpose of this determinant, as I do transpose of matrix, we can do transpose of determinant also. Transpose, what we are doing in transpose, all of you know, rows will be changed into column. Okay, so interchanging of row and column. So this first row will become first column. Write these two elements in first column. Okay, second row will be written in second column. So transpose of determinant I have done. So after doing transpose also, you will see the value of determinant will be same. I am giving you one example. Suppose here 2 minus 4, 3 and 7. This is the practical example. Now let us calculate this. It is coming 14 minus 12, so it is 26. Okay, 2 into 7, 14, minus 3 into 4, minus 12, 26. Now I am doing transpose. First row will be changed to first column. Now this is say del and this is del dash. Here again 14 minus 12, again 26. You see what is happening here? So I have transposed, then also the value is same. It means what? After transposing rows and columns, means after interchanging rows and columns, the value of del will be same. Okay, so after interchanging rows and columns, del will remain same. Okay, after interchanging rows and columns, the determinant will remain same and it is called reflection rule. Reflection rule में क्या हो रहा है? After transposing rows and columns, the determinant will be same. Same thing will be for 3 into 3 matrix also. If you change rows and columns of 3 into 3 matrix, the same thing will follow. So okay, 3 into 3, in 3 into 3 what is happening, you see? 3 into 3, say del equal to A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Okay, so what I am doing, in 2 into 2 I have changed two rows, I have changed first row and first column. Here again I am doing the same thing. So I am transposing it. I am transposing this determinant, the new determinant, suppose del dash, first row will be first column, so A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23. Second row has become second column, and the third row A31, A32 and A33, that has become third column. Okay, see it here clearly. First row, first column, second row, second column, third row, third column. Actually, if you take any determinant, your choice, whatever number you want, you can place. I have written according to position wise. According to position, I have written yes. In this here also you will see del and del dash, both value is same. So after interchanging rows and columns, the thing will be same. You can check it for any 3 into 3 determinant. Okay, so this is the reflection rule. After interchanging rows and column, determinant value will be same. Okay, this is the reflection rule. In next video, the next rule, that is the fifth rule, that will be switching rule. Okay, switching rule. Okay, hello everyone. I was discussing properties of determinants. Now this is the fifth property, that is called switching rule. What is switching rule? You look, we can switch between rows or we can switch between columns. Switch means we can interchange any two rows or we can interchange any two columns. Actually we will not call it interchange. It is like that. For example, say for a 3 into 3 determinant, first row is jumping over second row, and if it is coming to third row, first row is jumping over second row, and if it is coming in the place of third row, and another row you can say third row is jumping over second row, and if it is coming in the place of first row, then what is happening? So this is switching. So first row I have written Here in the third row place, in the place of third row, I have written first row. You can see. And in the place of first row, I have written third row. Look here, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3. In the first row, I have written third row, and in the third row, I have written first row. Now, what is happening here? Here the rule is, I have jumped over one row. I have jumped over second row. I have jumped over one row. This is del. This is del dash. Now, del dash will be equal to minus 1 to the power n into del. Now, what is n? N is this one. How many rows you have jumped over? You have jumped over one row. So, n equal to 1. So, in this case, del dash will be minus 1 to the power n. Sorry, minus 1 to the power n. N means 1 here. You have jumped over one row, that is second row. You have jumped over one row, that is second row. So, value of n equal to 1. How many rows you have jumped over? That is the value of n. I have jumped over second row, so that is the value of n. Value of n is 1 into del. So, del dash equal to, you see, minus del. Okay. Del dash equal to minus del means what? If this value of del is 2, for example, this value of del is 2, then this value of del dash will be minus 2. Okay. So, this is the switching rule. I have explained the row switching. So, this is the formula you have to remember. If you are jumping over one row, the value of determinant changes by its sign. And if, for example, this value of del equal to minus 15, then value of del dash will be plus 15. Okay. Now, if they are jumping over zero row, jumping over zero row means actually it is not jumping, it is interchanging between two rows. Let me show you. Wait a minute. Jumping over zero row. So, here what is happening? It is not like this. It will come here. Okay. So, first row is jumping over zero row. It means first row and second row I am interchanging. It is not jumping over any row actually. It means n equal to 0. So this means it is first row and second row interchanging. First row will be written in the place of second row, and second row will be written in the place of first row. First row has jumped over zero row. If it is coming from here to here, it is jumping over second row. If it is coming from here to here, it is not jumping at all, means it is jumping over zero row. So new determinant, that is del dash, will be written like you see. In the first row I will write second row elements. In the second row I will write first row elements. Third row as it is, third row, don't touch third row as it is. So in the place of first row I have written second row element. In the place of second row I have written first row element. Look at it carefully. Okay. Now in this case what is happening? Of the sign of determinant, it has jumped over zero rows. Okay. So n equal to 0. So del dash will be minus 1 to the power 0 into del. You know, whatever number if raised to the power 0, the value will be 1 only. Okay. Whatever number raised to the power 0, value is 1. 1 into del. So that is del only. So del dash will be del. Here it is same value, and sign is also same. Okay. So del dash and del, the value will be same. It means if this determinant having the value 2, this determinant also will be of value 2. If this value is of 2, del dash will be also 2. If this value is minus 5, this one value will also be minus 5, because n equal to 0 here. Now you can check for n equal to 2. N equal to 2 means here it will be 2. Here it will be minus 1 square, means minus will go away. At that case also it will be same thing. If it is 3, then the minus sign will come. If it is 4, then minus sign will not come. If it is 5, then minus sign will come. Actually, if n is even, then minus sign will not come. If n is odd, then minus sign will come. N is 0, then minus sign will not come. Okay, so you have to remember this formula only. And if you need to use this switching rule while calculating determinant, then only this formula you have to remember, that if you are switching over one row, generally we are using 3 into 3 matrix, so you will obviously switch over one row. Then if you are switching over one row, value of n will be 1 and sign will change here. Okay, so this was the fifth property, switching rule. Now the sixth one will be repetition rule. Repetition rule, that is more easier. In next video I will discuss that. Now I have discussed 5 properties of determinant. In this video, the 6th property I will discuss. Listen carefully. The 6th property or the 6th rule is like that. It is called repetition rule. Or repetition property. Okay, so what is that repetition rule? Very easy. If the del is having same rows or same columns, here first row I have written, in the second row also I am writing same thing. Okay, second row should be 2 1 2 2 2 3, but I have written 1 1 1 2 1 3. First row, second row same, third row as it is. Then what will happen? Practical example, if in the del suppose 2 2 4, again second row 2 2 4, here 6 8 0. Okay, first row and second row same, the determinant will be diminished to 0. Okay, so in this case determinant will be, the value of determinant will be 0. Not only that, if any two columns are same, then also same thing happen. Any two columns are same. For example, it is 2 to 6, it is also 2 to 6, and it is something else. Okay, two columns are same, then also the value will be 0. Okay, so any two rows are 0 or any two columns are 0. Any two rows or two columns are same, not 0, sorry. If any two rows or any two columns are same, then determinant will be 0. This is called repetition rule. Okay, now the next one, that is the 7th property, that is scalar multiple property. Wait a minute. Number 7, scalar multiple. So determinant del is written, say here 1 1 1 2 1 3 2 1 2 2 2 3 3 1 3 2 3 3. Multiplying this determinant by a scalar quantity, that is k, multiplying by a scalar quantity, that is k. Now you have 6 options. 6 option means you can multiply this k in the first row with all the elements of first row. You can multiply this k with all the elements of second row, or you can multiply in third row, 3 option over, or you can multiply in first column, or you can multiply in second column, or in third column. What I am doing, I am multiplying it in the first row. Okay, other thing as it is. first row I have multiplied. You can multiply in the first column also. Okay, for example, somebody has multiplied this in the first column, then the determinant will look like this. Other columns add as it is. First column. You can multiply in the second column also, your choice. Any one, okay, in any one row or in any one column you have to multiply. Not like that you are multiplying with every row or you are multiplying with every column. That is not possible. That I will discuss why. Because it is not matrix, okay, it is determinant. You have to multiply in any one row or in any one column. Okay, now after multiplying, what will be the result? You look, the first determinant, it was del. After multiplying k, the new determinant will be this, k times del. Okay, so actually the meaning is, for example, I am showing you, if the determinant is say 2, 3, 4 and 7. Now it means what? It means 14 minus 12, that is 2. Okay, 14 minus 12, that is 2. Now what I am doing 2 into del. 2 into del means with any row or with any column I have to multiply this 2. I am multiplying this 2 with first column only. So 2 into 2 4, 4 into 2 8, other column, second column as it is. Okay, second column as it is, with the first column I have multiplied this 2. Again going to calculate the value of determinant. It is coming 28 minus 24. You look, it is 4 now. It has doubled because here I have multiplied 2. That value of determinant also multiplied by 2. So same thing for 3 into 3 matrix determinant. Same thing will follow for 3 into 3 determinant. Here I have multiplied in the first column. Now 3 into 3 means if it was del, next time after multiplying it will be k times del. Okay. Now again look at this one. This time 2 into del, but this time I will not multiply in first column, I will multiply in first row. First row means it will be 4, 6. Okay, 2 into 2 4, 2 into 3 6. Second row as it is. Again calculate determinant. It is 28 minus 24, again 4. You look, it is double. So this time I have multiplied in first row. Then again you see the value of determinant has doubled because I have multiplied 2 here. Okay, so here scalar multiple rule, it is like that if you are multiplying k with determinant or if you are multiplying k with any row or any column, the determinant will also be multiplied by k. Determinant will be k times. Okay, so this is scalar multiple rule. I will discuss something related to this scalar multiple rule in next video. Okay, the last one, that is the proportionality rule or the proportionality property of determinant. Very easy. Suppose del here is say a11, a12, a13, a21, a22, 23. Now in this determinant, the normal determinant, now suppose here it is say k, sorry, hold on, the second row I am changing little bit. Second row is like this. I have discussed it before while discussing other property, then also you see it in the book, it is given separately. So you see, the if I take ratio of these two element and then the ratio of these two element, then ratio of these two element, it will be 1 upon k, 1 is to k. Okay, yes or no? These two element ratio will be 1 is to k. These two element ratio will be 1 is to k. Same thing here also, 1 is to k, because you look 1 1 ratio k 1 1, that is 1 is to k. So proportionality rule here, how you can solve, you can take common from the second row after taking common from the second row, after taking k common from the second row, the first row and second row will be same. So it will be like k into 1 1 1 2 1 3. In my previous video I have discussed this already. Then also you see 1 1 1 2 1 3 3 1 3 2 3 3. It will look like this if I take k common from second row. So these two rows are same. Then by repetition property k into 0, the value of del will be value of del will be 0. Okay, so this is the proportionality rule. You have to find out in the question that the rows or columns are proportional or not. For example, del here given say 4 then 8 and 16, and here say 0 minus 1 and 2, and here is say 1 2 and 4. Okay, so here you look first column and third column. If you multiply third column by 4, you are getting first column. Okay, if you multiply third column by 4, 1 into 4 4, 2 into 4 8, 4 into 4 16. So how you will solve this? You can take 4 common from first column, or you can multiply 4 in third column. If you take 4 common from first column, 4 here you write, so here it is 1 2 4 0 minus 1 2 and hold on, and 1 2 4 I have taken common in, I have taken 4 common from first column. So these two column you see it is same. So by the repetition rule, 4 into 0, that is 0. If to any two column or any two rows are 0, then it is 0. This can be done. Or what you can do? You can do by, for solving this one, you can multiply 4 in third column. For multiplying 4, you can remember, first you write 4 by 4, that is 1 here. Actually any determinant can be written like this, 1 into the determinant, in the place of 1 4 by 4, because I want to multiply 4 here, 8 4 16, here 0 minus 1 2, here 1 2 4. Okay, then this 4 will be multiplied in the third column. So here 1 by 4, here 4 8 16, here 0 minus 1 2, here 4 8 16. Okay, now again first column and third column giving same values, we are having same elements in first column and third column, so it is 1 by 4 into 0, that is 0. So both way you can solve here. So you have to find out, see the determinant carefully, and then you have to solve. Actually now in the questions you have to use these properties from first to last. I am just naming them again. First one is all 0, then triangle rule, then skew symmetric. Wait a minute, hold on. Look here. First one is all 0. All 0 rules means any one row or any one column having all zeros. If in any row or any column zeros are there, then value will be 0. Triangle rule, you can remember, it is applicable for diagonal matrix, upper triangular matrix and lower triangular matrix. The value of determinant will be product of diagonal element. For a diagonal matrix, value of determinant will be product of diagonal element. Okay, and again skew symmetric matrix, all the concept I have told you. The diagonal elements are always 0. All the diagonal elements are 0, and then in opposite side elements are of same value but opposite sign. Skew symmetric determinant I have told you. And for 3 into 3 skew symmetric determinant, 1 into 1 skew symmetric determinant, they are always 0. Skew symmetric determinant of odd order, they are 0. Reflection rule, interchanging row and column, means if you transpose the determinant, the value of determinant will be same. Switching rule, shifting over rows and columns, I have told you that if one row is being jumped over another row, or one row is being jumped over one row, then the sign I have told you, minus the n was there in the formula, del dash equal to minus 1 to the power n into del. Switching rule means rows are jumped over one row or two row, or columns are jumped over one column or two column. Then the next one was repetition rule. Repetition means same row or column. If two rows are same, the value of determinant is 0. Two columns are same, value of determinant is 0. And scalar multiple, I have discussed that with the k. So many examples I have given. Scalar multiple, you have to remember scalar multiple in the case of matrix, and in the case of determinant it is 0. If you want to take common, if you want to multiply k in determinant, you can multiply in any one row or any one column, not in all rows and all column like matrix. And then proportionality, just now I have told. Now all the rules I will give photo of all the rules in JPG file. You have to go through all the rules, and then I will upload worksheet. In that worksheet all the questions will be for this thing. You have to use these properties of determinants, and you have to solve those questions. Some questions I will solve and make video, and after that you can solve all those questions. This part is very important. So first thing, you have to go through all the properties. I am giving the photo, and then some examples, and these properties are uploaded in the ERP. You go through them, then you can solve the questions. Okay, thank you. Okay, here all of you back again. Scalar multiple rule I was discussing. Now I am going to show you something. Understand it carefully. Suppose I am multiplying k with a matrix. Matrix is say 2, 3, 4 and 8. 2 into 2 matrix. That is scalar multiplication of matrix. It will be 2k, 3k, 4k, 8k. Or if this is given, from here you can take k common like this. Okay, this is for matrix. Now in determinant the case is different. In case of determinant, determinant 2, 3, 4, 8. My determinant of same matrix, okay, within parallel line. Here I am multiplying by k. These two things you can see the difference. First example I have multiplied with k in a matrix. Now I am multiplying k in determinant of this matrix. So here the rule will be same as I have told you in scalar multiplication. Okay. So here with all the elements it will not be multiplied. Like in the matrix with all the elements I have multiplied. Here with all the elements it will not be multiplied. It will be multiplied in any row or in any column. In any row or in any column, that is your choice. Now suppose I am multiplying it in first row. So it will be 2k, 3k, second row as it is. This is the difference. Okay. There with all the elements here in first row or in first column. You can multiply in second row also or in second column, your choice. Now look here, k I have multiplied like that. Now suppose it is k square. Now wait a minute, k square, k into k, 2, 3, 4, 8. Now this k I am multiplying with the first row. This k work is over. This k I am multiplying with the second row. This k work is over. Now see, if this is given, this determinant is given and you want to take k common, first you have to take k common from first row. This k will come, one time k will come. Then again here now k will not be there because k I have taken common. Now you will take k common from second row. Again here next second k will come. So k into k, it will be k square. Okay, means suppose it is 2k, 8k, 7k and 6k, and you want to take k common. You can take common from first row, then second row, or you can take common from first column, then second column, using row. Taking common from first row, k common, 2, 8, 7k, 6k left. Okay, again taking k common, so it will be k into k, 2, 8, 7, 6. Okay, this thing you have to understand. So here it is k square, or directly you can write this one, means from first row taken k common, k comes, then second row k, so it is k square, then all the elements are not related to, all the elements are alone now, k is not multiplied with the elements. Okay, or same thing will be for column also. Okay, now see for a 3 into 3, suppose here del, here say k, wait, here 2k, here 3k, here 4k, here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I want to take k common. Now how many k's will come? Here you look, if you are using row, from this row you will take k common, one time k will come, second row another k, third row another k. Okay, now 3 k's, the first row k's taken, second row k's are taken, third row k's are taken. Now only numbers are left. Only numbers are left. Here k into k into k means it is k cube. This thing you have to remember. For 3 into 3 matrix, if you are taking common from all rows, it will be k cube, and you can take common from all columns, from first column, from second column, from third column, thing will be same, k cube only. Okay, again I want to explain a little bit more. Hold on. Suppose it is given 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15 and 17. For example, this is given. Now I want to multiply 2. For need of solving, I want to multiply 2 in the first row. So how I will multiply? Suddenly I cannot multiply 2 in the first row. Here you have to do like this. Suppose del was this. Now 2, or look at this, I want to multiply 2. So here you can write, say here is 1. Okay, here is 1 into this, 1 into this can be written. In the place of 1 you can write 2 by 2. Okay, I am just changing the determinant. 1 into this, in the place of 1, 2 by 2 can be written. Now this can be written as 1 by 2 into 2, and then whatever numbers are there. Okay, now these 2 will be multiplied inside. Now I want to multiply these 2 in first row. So 4, 6, 10, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Okay, so this is how a number can be multiplied inside. You have to write like this. If you want to multiply 2, then write 2 by 2, then write 1 by 2 into 2, 1 by 2 will be outside and 2 is multiplied. Now again, if you can take from first row, you can take 2 common, and this step you will come back to this step. Okay, now see another example. Suppose it is 1, 2, 3, it is 2, 4, 6, it is 0, 1 and minus 1. Now see carefully, second row is the double of first row. Second row is the double of first row. Now you can do for solving this one, for example, two options are there. You can take 2 common from second row. First row as it is, second row you have taken 2 common. So second row is now 1, 2, 3. Okay, look at carefully. 2 by 2 1, 4 by 2 2, 6 by 2 3. Now these two rows are same, and I have told in the repetition rule, in previous rule, that is repetition rule, if any two rows are same, then the value of determinant is 0. So this determinant value will be 0. Okay, so this is one option to solve this. Another option will be like this. First row you keep as it is. First row, second row is, you look, double of first row. What I am doing, I am writing 2 by 2, okay, and these two I will multiply here in the first row. So it will be like 1 by 2 will be outside, this 2 will be multiplied here. So it is 2 4 6, here 2 4 6, here 0 1 minus 1. Okay, again you see these two rows are same. So according to my repetition rule, this determinant is 0 into half, the answer is 0. Okay, so these two way we can solve this determinant. Now the last rule or the last property I will discuss in next video, that is proportionality rule.